Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video today, it's going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. When this time of the year rolls around, it's hard not to remember where you were 21 years ago on that fateful day, September 11th, 2001. On that day, I had just started my junior year in high school a few days before that, and I was in my second or third period class, and it was a sewing home ec class, because I remember us sitting at the desks that they had in the home ec class. And classrooms were allowed to have TVs on if you wanted. Sometimes we had it on for the background noise, other days we had it on for the news. I remember we had it on that day, and as we were doing our work, the events of the day started happening. And as soon as the principals found out, the principals and the secretary came around to all the classrooms and said, turn off the TVs. Absolutely no TVs on, no exceptions. No turning them on to check for updates, because it would be too traumatizing for the students. My history class was either fourth or fifth period, and when I walked into my class, I remember it being a frenzy because everybody was waiting for news. And I know that everybody was thinking, if anybody knows what's going on, it would be my teacher, my history teacher, because of course that's his thing, that's his subject, that's what he loves. So he got around having the TVs off by using his computer that he had on his desk. All of the teachers in the high school had a personal computer that they had on their desk that only they were allowed to use. So he got around using his computer instead of having the TV on. And the secretaries and the principals kept going around and peeking in the classrooms, making sure that everybody was following the rules and having the TVs off. But I remember him having us look like we were pretending to do work at our desks, and he would quietly look on his computer and give us little updates of what was unfolding. As a history teacher, he thought that they were making a huge mistake by having us have the TVs off. Yes, it was going to be a little bit traumatizing for the students, but I mean, we were living through American history. This day was going to change everybody's lives. And being a history teacher, he's like, this is not right. We need to be watching this as it's unfolding. This is something that everybody's going to remember for the rest of our lives. We continued with our day. We didn't have a half day or anything. They didn't dismiss us early or anything. I'm sure that everybody went home that day and was glued to their TV for the rest of the night. Now, I have family that live in the surrounding areas around New York City, and my cousins and my uncle were here visiting my grandma and my family. They came a few days before 9/11 happened, and 9/11, I was in school, and my family was going to go take a little day trip. They were just going for a little drive that day. And of course, they heard on the news, on the radio, that everything was going on in New York City. So they decided to turn around and go back to my grandma's house. They got back to my grandma's house and started calling the rest of my family that was in New York that didn't make the trip to visit us. They just wanted to make sure everybody was okay and everybody was accounted for. They originally came to town to celebrate my uncle's birthday and to visit my grandma, and they sure as heck didn't expect 9/11 to happen. They were supposed to go home, and of course the planes were not going back into the city, so they couldn't fly home, and they had quite a bit of trouble trying to find a bus route home, and they had to take, I think, a few days after 9/11 to finally get a bus ride home. Their visit was supposed to be a happy occasion, but the mood turned sour very quickly and, of course, very sad. They left the city the way it was and came home to complete chaos. As I wrap up this video, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you take some time out of your days to reflect back on another year that has passed and be thankful for all the blessings in your life. And I hope that you take some time to remember the victims and all the workers that helped and all the families that were affected by that day. And also take some time to remember, where were you on September 11th, 2001? If you like this video, please subscribe. If you would like to comment down below, where were you on September 11th, 2001? I'd like to hear about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.